by hotels in two clusters with
Юрий, it's the nature of my courses. Is it okay, like, to discuss some source selection, some source selection and communication algorithms used in the computer with non-dedicated resources?
This point.
It's well known that tasks and parallel jobs is an essential issue of jobs in a transparent and an efficient way in cloud computer utility with multi-agent systems approaches. Distributed computing, we may apply two established trends. One of them is resource broker model.
The window without an optimization, as a result is the window with the errors stop time.
I'm going to proceed now to find the real key now, the order of the key. So that afterwards I'm going to extract the real message. And for this first equation, which I just explained, I can find that after 250 generations, the number of population of 30, I have just said that for generations of 30 and 40, I have 7 letters out of 10 letters. And as you see, the red of the whole letters that this method has worked. And I have 7 numbers out of 10. But for the second actually here,
because the sixth is 0, decided by the sixth standing function. The processor design we have submitted to two parts. First, the 32-bit data part. Why we say the 32-bit? Because all the registers consist of 32-bit. So the data part is 32-bit. And the control unit. The 32-bit data part consists of the program counter PC. The control unit consists of two parts, or two decoders, the main decoder and the output decoder. So for example, this instruction load immediate value from this is the immediate value, its size 16-bit, and this is the register RS, its value is the offset. To add this immediate value, and then the memory location from this address, we must store it where in T register.
Which was propounded by Sweller in 1988. He actually modeled the human brain in terms of its learning and learning process as two types of memory. One is called the long-term memory and the other one is called the working memory. The long-term memory is the memory which is based on the schema built by the experiences of a person in the particular domain. In the case of an experienced learner, a programmer who is experienced, the schema is well built, so he doesn't have any problem. Previous schema that is built in his long-term memory. But the students who are learning the computer programming are interlinked with the mathematical knowledge, with the analytical skills. What is working memory? The working memory is actually that it's something like the RAM of our.
بس في الكاميرا هسه هنا شو الموفي تو شو cancel. No.
Adjusted for the mobile device. And you can basically cannot see anything in this evil eye. There is some kind of animation, there is some kind of issues getting the information that we are looking for. And due to the fact that there are the number of the devices and the number of the manufacturers, and almost every device is different, different operating system, different browsers and so on. It's very difficult website that you can see just a small fraction of the graphics and also some text that if you got a normal visual, then you can read easily. We focus on that and we try to tackle the problem that we create a tool that allows the developers to have, I would say, a helper to get a mobile optimized application. What we developed in our research is an Android helper application that allows us to visualize what we are following during our
can be solved with GPU as a device. Then there must be some programming language, OpenCL programming language to talk about OpenCL.
University. We have today three
Next, I am registered in Mexico. I'm studying image forensics techniques. I have to show you to learn how to develop, to analyze the data files. Next, I will briefly describe the specific technique for solving this problem. And finally, I will do the conclusions and conclusion. Relevance in the words that will capture by devices in this case and
database. The principal objective of this process is to create a clear map about a lot of information using a very detailed name to model, and that includes serialization process. But so the work presented in this paper comes under those kind of research.
is vulnerable to attack where is other self-vulnerabilities. And the taxonomy that proposed is
it is the most important thing that is independent of knowledge in the database, because the next concept, the next dimension, transaction time has to do something with storage in the database system. And it is important, it can concern the past, present, and future snapshots of the event. And we will see now the difference. This is before we see the differences between valid time and transaction time. There are several examples about what is exactly valid time. Situations have a person who travels to Rome and distances. That is the way what valid time is. So
Of operator already mentioned on the figure. So the migration process will be an individual of subpopulation to another one. The individual to be moved is the one having a high quality fit. Because the high performance of need to see the parts capacity. What does the grid do? We are the user, and this is the architecture of the system. So, in our application, the first one is to define a job. What is a job? Here in our application, a job is
we will have an introduction to e-government, digital divide and e-government, then research method, and then that analysis conclusion and future work and some questions. I will challenge you that I will finish in 5 minutes, okay? I won't say the definition, this is the longest definition of e-government. I did it in one of my books, it's boring and it's not logical. But I will say that the definition includes channels of e-government, mobile technology, internet, digital divide issue here. And then the ultimate goal is what? To reach a good connected government. This is research on the stages or the evolutionary stages of e-government, and they are.
You could define extra type of application on your work and business intention to use e-government online channels in several ways, using several theories and models of the technology acceptance, considering e-government as one of those widely spread these days technologies. The first reason maybe is to use the extent to which citizens and businesses believe that using e-government online channels would be free of effort. Is it easier than using offline channels or not?
It's ICIT 2013, and well, to close off what has been a successful, on all accounts, a very successful and productive conference. On behalf of the Executive Organizing Committee for the 6th International Conference on Information Technology, we will want to thank you, the keynote speakers, all the facilitators, from the students who prepared their papers, also the delegates from all over the world, for their participation and their contribution, which made the conference successful. We could have imagined a better exchange and seeing representatives from 37 countries represented here, collaborating forces in workshops to solve the issues in information technologies. We are also committed to return to our respective countries and the regions of the world to achieve our ultimate conference objectives to enhance existing or to develop a new compliance and enforcement programs so that our ultimate mission can be achieved in impacting knowledge in all spheres of information technologies that has revolutionized human endeavors and securing a brighter future. We shall also like to thank all our sponsors and co-sponsors that I would like to mention the name of few which I have here with me. IEEE, RET, ACM, and Google Scholar. We welcome all the comments and queries in which we hope will enhance our future conference. A lot has been achieved, and since our last conference in ICIT 2011, in response to the comments at our previous conference, these past 2 days included many opportunities for small group and discussions and workshops as well as plenary sessions. We would like to highlight some few key points raised. We've been advised to do more, to look more into the areas of technology in every disciplines, i.e. in web services, smart cities, because today we want to live in a greener environment whereby we don't depend so much on all these powered consumed electricity and so on, and to support, and again, like area of e-government, whereby we minimize like a paper trail and so on and so forth that relates to running here and there before we get things done. Also, in the area of social medicine, these are one of the comments or suggestions being raised. Also, we've also been asked to look into the area of web intelligence, which I know some of us are familiar with. And also based in artificial intelligence disabilities, they say, well, we also shouldn't leave any of our people with disabilities behind in terms of our future conference. Also, we've been advised to look into, let the tutorial section also be the part of our future conference, whereby we allow the students, the postgraduate or the undergraduate students, to get more involved in our conference program. Also, we've been also been advised to look into creating a platform for contribution of our postgraduate students, be it of master's or PhD candidates. Also, we've also been advised to look into area of presentation, because the way we present today, the way the presentation used to be done, let's say 20 or more years ago, things has changed. We need to move with time. That means what they are saying to us in a real sense is that it has to be interactive. Not in a situation whereby we are presenting but we lost our audience. We need to bring our audience along in our presentation. Closing with the comments that we've had, or suggestion for our colleagues, we would also like to once again acknowledge and give a thanks to the contributors, the keynote speakers, to mention Professor Dr. Oran Gemukanakli, Professor Dr. Francesco Chikelio, Professor Mohammed S. Obedat, Professor Dr. Abdul Bashir M. Salim, Professor Dr. Fuad A. Kintani, and Dr. T.R. Gopakrishna Nair, which I believe is on his way back to Durham, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And also, I would like to mention those that contribute to the workshop we had a day before the conference, and you all, and those that we don't mention, we do appreciate and would like to thank you for participating in this conference. Without your effort and your contribution, we wouldn't have been here today to have this successful conference. And again, it doesn't end here. You can still connect and be sending us your comments and queries via our forum. The conference has its forum, which I guess maybe before we all leave, we shall give you the URL whereby you can be posting your comments and queries. Thank you very much. God bless you all.